Now we're going to take a look at a top sirloin, cap off, 184B. So we have a couple here to just cut up for you, and a couple of very simple ways of cutting it. If you notice, Nyman Ranch makes these totally clean. Everything's removed. I mean, just a beautiful piece of meat to work with. So here's a couple of suggested ways of cutting this. So if you notice, there's a where the cap would be here, so the cap is removed. And we've all heard of the mouse, so the mouse is also removed from here. So looking here, you can see a line that comes down here. So if we kind of follow that line down a little bit, kind of a natural line there, just follow it right down, we'll get the baseball side of it, or the baseball steak, better known as. And then on the other side, we'll clean it up just a little bit. We'll take a piece off here. And we'll get our sirloins out of this side. So again, very simple cut. On the sirloin side, we'll face it off just a little bit. Again, we can go into an 85 grind, a stew. You can make kebabs on this. This makes an awesome kebab, amazing kebabs. But you can have a petite sirloin steak. You see how easy and how beautiful these are? Simple, simple cut. We'll make some kebabs here on this back piece. Baseball steak can cut in many different ways. I like to face it off a little bit, both ends. And you can see again, this is just a nice solid piece. You can make kebabs on this. You can do thin sliced steaks. You can make stir fry on this. You can net these. And we can kind of make some baseball steaks here. I'll just do some quick ones for you to show you. Try to be careful where you tie it so you get the right spacing for the steaks so you're not cutting them too thick. Or if you want them thicker, obviously space it out that way. We'll just work with this. So we'll take this one off here. We'll come in here. A different size, but again, that's looks somewhat like a tenderloin. Performs well. This we'll just cut it right in half for now. So this would be your baseball side of it. Kebabs, petite sirloins, and grind. The yield on this was 100%. So there was really nothing that we got rid of. There might be a little piece here or so, but for the most part, this is a really high yielding cut. Basic, covers food service, covers retail. So we're going to cut it different ways. I just wanted to show you one way to do it. Again, I told you we had a couple of sirloins to cut, so I'm just going to cut this one a little bit different than the first one. If you notice on the first one, we followed this line down, which was the baseball steak here. We're going to leave it on this one, but we're going to come into the back part here, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this sinew back here, and I'm just going to kind of cut it out. A little bit of a tougher piece, not very palatable, and doesn't look good on anybody's plate, so I'm going to remove that. Boom. So this piece, really simple, really easy. Once again, the cap is removed, the mouse is out, all cutting. So we're going to do steaks on the whole piece, front to back. Similar to the petite, except the baseball steak is being left on. So you can see here where the baseball steak line is. So in retail applications, you'll see a lot of sirloins cut this way. A lot of food service, these are just too big for the plate, so a lot of times they won't cut them like this. They take that baseball steak off and use it in a different way. So I'm going to take this piece here off, and I'm going to make 2 more steaks here. I'm going to clean it up. There you have it. The sirloin. Boneless sirloin just cut as a whole piece. Okay, then I'm just going to show you one more quick way of cutting the sirloin. Very simple, using it for a roast, an actual spoon roast they call it in the Northeast, and it's been becoming more and more popular, and a lot of retailers have been putting this on sale for Christmas to get a little bit of a price point. Nobody will be dissatisfied with the quality of this roast when it's done cooking. So again, I'll start back here. I'll just take a little piece of this grizzle out of the back. And a spoon roast, typically, or a sirloin roast we'll call it, it's basically done already, because you would pull the cap off and you would remove the mouse on this side, and when all was said and done, basically would just tie it up for a roast. But for this one, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to split it down the middle, and we're going to tie each piece together, each piece separately, I'm sorry. I'm going to face it off just a little bit. Now, I've seen these roasts also butterflied open and stuffed, rolled and tied. And again, for holiday dinners, there's just a lot of different ways of producing these sirloins and cutting them for retail and food service applications. They perform really well. They yield really well. There you have it. Sirloin spoon roast or sirloin roast. And this one would be exactly the same. Just tie it up. Face off the ends and tie it. You can cut half of this into a roast, the other half into steaks, half into a roast, kebabs for this time of the year, and the other half. Again, a lot of different applications, a lot of different ways to cut them. And what I'm going to do here is just face this off a little bit, and on the end, yep, that's the whole piece.